Winter solstice, from the standpoint of the Northern Hemisphere, is when the sun shines on the Southern Hemisphere. Since we're located at the Tropic of Cancer, tonight will be the longest night in winter.
We're making glutinous rice dumplings, tangyuan, for a worship ceremony. It's a so-called winter offering. The ritual is dedicated to worship the god of death and for us to pay him respect on his birthday today. We mobilize the entire family to roll tangyuan on this day. It's our way of reaching a compromise with the dark forces. When we travel abroad, giving a box of pineapple shortcakes as a gift is a common gesture of friendship or goodwill. But the gift of mullet roe is usually reserved for very close friends only. It's hard for me to imagine anything else in this world that would complement wine better than mullet roe.
In the past, mullet were caught from the ocean. That would be around the winter solstice, when storms are fierce over the Taiwan Strait.
Caused by strong northeast seasonal winds.
And the weather is cold. When ocean currents change course, and you can see the sky turn dark and cold, that is the best time for catching mullet. In fact, the colder and darker it gets, the better the chance of a bumper catch. That's why mullet are known as the fish caught in cold and dark conditions.
The best feature of your jam is that people can get the fruit bits.
Yes. We'll first put in some chrysanthemum flowers. Then sugar and citric acid are added. Their interaction releases pectin from the fruit. The history of Chinese people using chrysanthemums as a food ingredient dates back to the Warring States period. In traditional Chinese medicine, chrysanthemums can nourish the liver, improve eyesight, cleanse the heart, and soothe the throat. Picking chrysanthemums is great fun. It delights me no end because I can finally harvest them having watched them grow. Meanwhile, it's endearing to hear a child compare picking chrysanthemums to picking clusters of snowballs to put into his bucket. Our main objective is to let children know that this is an exclusive produce to Zhouhu. You won't find them anywhere else but here, in all of Taiwan. This is something we can be proud of.
Winter solstice is a very important period in Taiwan within the 24 solar terms. Before this, it's the busiest time for farmers who have no time to spare. Now it's the end of winter and end of harvest time. In most fields, the rice has all been harvested. Since there's nothing left to do in the fields, farmers can take a break. On this day, everyone comes home from far and wide. Making tangyuan happens to require a lot of labor, as you know. The process is rather elaborate, so a good thing about this is that it gets everyone together to help. Winter solstice is also a time for rebuilding strength, because come next spring, people will get back to work again. So people will use this time to replenish nourishment like eating tangyuan.
My wife often says that we're like plum blossoms. The colder it gets, the more we flourish. So as the weather gets colder, we get busier. During the winter solstice in particular, We can go 2 or 3 nights without getting any sleep.
So this really is the time when business is at its best.
During the winter solstice, the cold wave, and lantern festival. Also at the start of winter, when it's time for taking winter tonics. Why should there be 2 colors of tangyuan? It is said that white invites prosperity, while red brings festive spirit. This is not a superstition. Such belief can bring comfort to people.
Bite-sized tangyuan are traditionally in white and red colors. It looks more pleasant with a mixture of colors. When we were children, Granny instructed us not to refer to the white-colored tangyuan as white. You'd be told off if you did, because white color is a big taboo with the local customs in Taiwan. It's a color associated with funerals, so we say chia, meaning bear, instead. In the past, sweet tangyuan were made and used as offerings. When crown daisy is added, they become a savory version. Later, savory tangyuan have evolved to include meat in their fillings. They are now richer in taste than they used to be.
I think tangyuan play a bigger part in Hakka people's diet than others. During festivals or on important occasions, it's a Hakka tradition to eat savory tangyuan because they don't eat sweet ones. Tangyuan are a symbol of reunion and harmony. I'm particularly fond of how Hakka people refer to tangyuan, and each place has its own name. In Liudui of Kaohsiung, it's called Yuanban. Ban in Hakka refers to the likes of tangyuan. In Dongshi and Xiluo, they are called Xiyuan, Xi as in cherish. In Hsinchu and Miaoli, it's called Banyuan, a reverse of Yuanban. My favorite, however, is the name Snowball, given by Hakka people in Taoyuan, like swirling snowflakes of a snowy white color.